Hey everybody, today I want to talk a little bit about how I keep my coop warm. The wintertime, it's January right now, we're in full swing. Chickens are hanging out in their coop. The rooster and the dog are fighting and playing like always. So I just wanted to talk a little bit about the deep litter method. So I only do this during the wintertime. Basically the concept of it is, instead of cleaning out your coop every 2-3 weeks, whatever your regimen is, what you do is you just keep layering more dry material on top of it. So I use wood shavings from Tractor Supply. They're more fine, the thin little guys. I find that they break down a lot easier for the compost. But basically the premise behind this is, as you're adding onto the poop and the other fine shavings, it starts to break down and releases heat. So the only spot I don't do this on, obviously, is my nesting boxes. Oh, I got an egg there. I don't obviously keep adding litter. I clean them out every time I come in to add litter. I don't want my girls sitting in poop. You can tell pretty easily which side they sit on and face in the coop. A key to this is to make sure all this stuff is pretty broken up. I have to use this little scraper right here. A lot of people, their chickens just come in here and kind of turn it all up and tear it all up. My chickens don't do that. They are free range. They roam the backyard. So they really don't spend that much time in here, besides when they're going to sleep. So I kind of have to break it up. So, I mean, all I really do is just, before I add more, I just kind of stir it up, make sure nothing's getting too matted. I mean, we got some big poop clumps. I don't do the back there because sometimes some of them lay in there. But I just kind of mix it up. Make sure that there's no big... there's going to be a little bit of clumps, but I'm trying to just make sure most of it's not matted down to the ground. A lot of it just easily moves. I do also... I had to add... Get in the coop here. I had to add this little bar here. What they were doing, especially with the deep litter method, is when they were kicking it out, they're just kicking it out onto the ground. So I added this little bar here. So it helps out a lot. So before I add my shavings, I come into my litter boxes real quick. And all I do is clean them out and scrape out all the poop, and I'll put in new stuff. Now that my boxes are nice and clean, I'm gonna start just putting more shavings on. Like I said, I use just the Tractor Supply premium pine shavings, the fine stuff. And I mean, just like if I were to clean out the coop, all I'm doing is just layering it on. I mean, nothing too groundbreaking here, guys. You want to keep this stuff dry if you got any leaks, because that's just gonna kind of screw everything up. It really does work. We had that super cold spell like everybody else did in the nation here 2 weeks ago, whatever it was, a week ago. And it was about 8 degrees out here. And inside the coop, I had a little thermometer in there, and it was reading about 20. Still below freezing for sure, but I mean, that's 12 degrees higher than 8, plus no drafts. They were doing pretty good in here. Alright, I do have, I mean, it's not all summed up. There is a little bit of spaces in between, but really what I'm looking for is no wind coming through. And you could tell the difference. There's definitely a good amount of heat coming off. So that is about it. Thank you for listening, and I hope you have a great day and learn something.